Tweet. Copy tweet to tweet. Throw it down my Discord. Okay. Yeah, okay. Alright, so it's the thing, the layup switched a little bit. I decided to take on the overlay from that my friend made from my Mahjong Discord or Mahjong game, and just kind of reused it with a couple edits here and there. So
I see that.
yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like this a lot. It does mean that I have a smaller area to work with here. It's pretty much this much space instead of like lots more, but that's fine. I can just keep shifting this up and down.
Yeah.
I think that looks really cool, honestly. Just set everything. Close that. Yep. Okay, cool. Did I say it was... Okay, there's no music listed yet. I'll have music on in a little bit. I actually need to quickly BRB, but we're just going to be doing like the same thing we did last week, which is just more vocab stuff.
Understandable.
Alright, thanks. I have audio set to like maximum, like normal level, so that everyone can hear you perfectly fine since you're going through Discord, right? So it's going to be desktop audio setting in my OBS, so I'll be right back. Grab some more water. Gotta stay hydrated.
There. It's my thing. Oh. What about this? Oh. It doesn't work that well on chroma key. Looks weird on chroma key. Uh, mm. Hmm. Tired.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you. Okay. So, let's see. What kind of ambient background noise should we have tonight? How about this? Really loud. Let's lower that. Perfect. Okay. So this is by the Soul of Wind on YouTube. Find them in the link in the description. Okay.
Just put in some Espanol music.
I'm playing some piano. Okay, that is how you pronounce it. Cool. Complejo, compleja. And the reason why there's two is because with the O ending, it follows the noun, yeah? It conjugates based on what kind of noun it modifies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And this means complex, yes?
Yes.
Yes, nice. Okay, so we now know complex. Complejo or compleja, depending on what is complex.
Yeah.
Okay, we have diario slash a. Is this diario slash diaria?
Di diario.
Mm-hmm.
Diario. Uh-huh.
I have here listed as translates to daily.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Hmm.
Then we have...
Starting off good.
It's very nice, yes. Alright, we have another D word, diverso slash a. Diverso slash diversa.
Mm-hmm. Diversa. Diversa. Yeah.
This is diverse.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
So good so far.
Got some
No disseminate this time.
Nope. I was talking to my friend about that word. Apparently, it's used pretty often when it comes to talks in news outlets and politics. I was like, oh,
Really?
weird. He follows a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff, so he's seen it around. But I don't follow that stuff. It's not.
Yeah, no, not my thing.
Yeah, definitely not my thing. Is this util? Util? How do you pronounce this?
Util.
Util?
Util.
Util. Util. Okay, thank you. Useful. This means useful, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Util. Util. Okay. And then our last adjective in this list is a V word.
I kind of hoped it was the other thing.
This is veridico slash veridica. Or how do you pronounce it?
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay, cool. Veridico, veridica. Truthful. Is that what this means?
Probably an old term for it, yeah.
Okay. Is it used nowadays or?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe in like old dramas. And all that.
Okay. Interesting. Pretty good to know. Regardless, I think we have complejo. Oh my goodness! Come on, camera. There we go. Complejo, compleja. Diario, diaria. Diverso, diversa. Útil. Vertico, vertica. Complex, daily, diverse, useful, and truthful. Yeah, so the main thing is going through vocab, and then I think we can like try making sentences with them too afterwards, if we have time. Or not if we have time, probably should. I know we went through like last time when we went through verbs and nouns, we kind of gave them their context, made random phrases or sentences with it, where it could be used and such. What would you describe as complex in Spanish? How would you use that in a sentence? Complejo or compleja.
Let's see.
Would you ever say soy complejo? To be complex, I am complex. Would you ever say that? Would a person ever say that?
I mean, if your ego's that big, I guess.
All right.
I mean, sorry.
No, don't worry. I'm putting you on the spot here. So
It's like,
I mean, complex is a bit of a weird adjective.
yeah. That's why I'm kind of like struggling a bit right now.
All right. Then how would you say this math problem is complex? Or this is a complex math problem. Either or. Feel free to choose one of the two.
Well, basically, este problema es muy complejo.
Okay, so we can say, sorry, could you repeat that?
Este problema
Problema
está muy complejo.
complejo. This problem is very complex.
Mm-hmm.
This second esta, that's a conjugated verb, is it not? Or is it just esta? Is it esta? Este? Trying to wrap my head around the use of the second esta here. Unless I heard you wrong.
Oh, yeah, it's too early. I meant to say S.
Yes, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
S.
I'm trying to remember, like, I kind of remember sentence building back when I took Spanish, so.
Yeah.
So, este problema es muy complejo. So,
Yeah.
this translates to roughly this problem. And we did learn problema earlier, last week, or a couple of weeks back, actually. It cropped up several times every week, it seems. Is very complex. Alright, that shows up on the screen. Okay, nice. Alright, so that's really good. Now we have a whole sentence using, not only do we use complex in the sentence, you added very, and we have problema, which we've went over in the first couple weeks. As the word problema showed up in the textbook, so I remember that. Only thing really, quote unquote, new that we haven't covered is esta, which is the word for this in Spanish, and then the conjugated conjugated verb be, which is s. We'll get to that. I think I wanted to get through it today. Let me relook through this because I know we're getting through a couple stuff here. Yeah, s to be, which is the verb ser. Okay. So this is we should get through everything in time. All right, let's try daily. A sentence with the adjective daily. How about this? This is my daily routine. I think that's a pretty common phrase people use.
Yep.
In that phrase, however, would you use the adjective daily? Or is it like an actual phrase that uses a different word?
No, I'd use diario.
Okay. So how would you say this is my daily routine in Spanish?
Daily routine.
Yes, so we know this and is, so esta es That's how you would start that, right? That phrase. Esta es.
Mm-hmm.
So we're taking.
Esta es mi rutina diaria.
So is routine just routine in Spanish? Routine?
No, rutina is...
Rutina, okay.
Yeah, rutina. Rutina.
And is it diaria or diario?
Diario is mostly used.
Diario, okay.
Yeah.
It says rutina diario. That's how you would say this is my daily routine.
Yeah, take out the O.
Take out the O? Diario.
Yeah.
Diaria?
Huh? No. From rutina. Rutina, from rutina.
Oh.
So it's just argue and then like rutina.
Right.
Yeah.
It's spelled the way you pronounce it.
Yeah, basically.
It's not English where we take from other languages that keep their old spelling.
Yeah.
Esta es rutina diario.
Oh, I forgot to put esta es mi. Yeah, rutina.
Me, like that, right? Me, am I?
Yeah.
This is my. So we now we know possessive. My. Daily routine. And in Spanish's case, the daily portion comes after instead of before.
Because it sounds weird if you say it the other way around.
Yeah.
At least in Spanish.
Yeah, in Spanish it'll sound weird. Depending on which language you're talking about, adjectives can come before or after. And in cases of like French, depending on what the adjective is, will determine whether or not it comes before or after. Since in French, it can be both. Esta es mi rutina diario. This is my daily routine. Yeah. It's pretty good. Let's move on to our next word to see a phrase here. So we have complejo. We did diario. All right. So diverse, diverso, diversa. What English sentence uses diverse?
Diverse.
I can barely think of one I use in English, let alone French. Diverse. Let's skip over diverse then. It's a bit of a rarely used word, at least for me.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like the only times that how about this? This is very diverse because that's the only time I can ever use the word diverse. I don't think I've ever used it outside of a very specific context where I just say that that's so diverse or this is very diverse. How would you say?
Kind of a plain.
Yeah, it's
kind of a plain sentence.
So let's switch up some words. We're using this a lot. How about how about this? That group is very diverse. That group is very diverse.
Okay. Sorry.
Yep, no worries.
Let's see, diverse.
Hola, Daryl.
Oh, hello, Daryl. Ese grupo es no, that doesn't sound right.
So the sentence we're trying to translate here. That.
Well, if you just want it plain, ese grupo es
group
diverso.
Is very diverse. That's the sentence we're trying to make here.
Very.
I think that's a
Ese,
okay sentence.
ese grupo es muy diverso.
Esse? How would you spell esse? E-S-E? E-S-E?
Yes.
Esse grupo. I'm guessing grupo is G-R-U-P-O.
Yes.
Es muy diverso. Okay. Pretty nice so far. Everything's been pretty close in how we would say things in English as well. Makes it for very simple and easy sentences. So we have esse, that. Grupo is group. Es is muy, very, diverso, diverse. Very one-to-one. And it makes sense, right? Like the sentence makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple sentences that make sense. Perfect. Útil, useful. Let's try something with useful. How about this lesson? Not this. These lessons are very useful. Are quite useful. Let's change up our
Quite.
Yeah, we'll use quite here.
Quite. That's kind of.
Or how about are rather useful? Pick a random other word. So these lessons, we're doing plurals now, are blank useful. I'll let you choose.
You want me to use lessons, huh?
I can't remember any Spanish from what I learned over the course of 2.5 years. Just gotta use them. It's one thing to know of its existence, it's another to actually use them.
So you said this lesson, right?
These lessons.
These lessons.
Yeah, these lessons. Oh, I see. You don't see it. These lessons are blank useful. I'm letting you decide what kind of thing you want to add. You can even make it negative. You can say aren't blank useful, are not. We could just say are not useful. We can do it. We can add negatives in here.
So, estos lecciones. Wait, hold on. Are not?
We can add. Yeah, let's make it a negative. Are not. These lessons are not useful.
Estos lecciones no son útil.
So estos. Lecciones double C's, right?
Yeah.
Lecciones son. Is it son?
No
son. No son.
No son.
No
No son.
son útil. So we have the plural now for estos is these, lecciones is lessons. The negative goes before the verb here, so no. Then we have the son, which is the verb, the conjugated verb for be for plural, and then útil for useful. Yeah, this is good. This is good. We're adding. I'm trying to add more elements to things so that we're not constantly just doing that one same format over and over again.
I suppose.
All right. So the last one is truthful, veridico, or veridica. Is there another word that's used more commonly for truthful nowadays, or is it still this word?
It's still that word, but it's only used in specific contexts.
Then
You,
how would you say, he is being truthful?
hmm, he is.
He is being truthful.
Honcho, stop. Hmm. Let's see. No, I think it's a fairly outdated word.
It's outdated. Okay.
Yeah.
How would this be translated nowadays? How would you say he's being truthful in today's climate?
Mm, it's the
Oh, whoops! Got rid of the music by accident.
hmm. Using specific words is a pain. Hmm. So he está haciendo untruthful. But nobody uses truthful though. That's a thing. Bruh.
Cause like even like this, it's rarely used in English too, since truth and false, um, isn't really something put onto question normally. I would think it's more like in a book or a show or a movie of some sort.
Hmm.
So the only context I can think of here would be he is being truthful.
Because the only like um the other truths are like that I've ever heard like being said is está diciendo la verdad. He's saying the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
Stuff like that, but I don't think I've ever heard like
Okay.
new term for truthful. Yeah.
Okay. So in direct translation, we could technically say.
But I know for a fact that the term in the textbook or whatever is kind of outdated.
Yeah.
Or when someone asks you, "Are you telling the truth? ¿Estás diciendo la verdad?"
I see. I see.
Yeah.
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 That's fine. We can skip over this for now. Don't it's just to have some context, but for older words like these that aren't really used, I think it's okay to not go over it so in depth. So that's the adjectives. There's two more words in the vocab list, and then we actually have some other words that don't actually have translations to them. It's just something that we just assume they just assume you know or you ask the teacher for. But yeah, because this is a communication textbook, so it's meant for like talking and conversing with your fellow students. So there's going to be a couple lists that of words where I don't know what they mean, and there's no actual translation for them, unfortunately. So I'll have to rely on you or Google Translate. So
I suppose.
Before then, we have some more expressions. Two more. The first one being a menudo. a menudo. And I have here listed as often. Does this mean often?
Menudo?
A menudo.
Isn't that a... Menudo. Oh, it kind of sounds like it, but no, it's not. Yeah.
Okay. Often.
But take off the A.
The a, no a. Menudo.
Yeah.
Okay. Often. Menudo. And then we also have another phrase here. This one's a bit of a long one.
Oh boy.
De vez en cuando. De vez en cuando.
De vez en cuando.
And I have here listed as sometimes.
Yes.
De vez en, or de vez en cuando. That would be en cuando, yeah? De vez en cuando. Yes, de vez en cuando. Sometimes. So for, let's say often, going back to sentences. If you want to take our first sentence of this problem is very complex, let's change that to let's say some problems are often complex. Let's do that sentence. Some problems
Algunos problemas
are often complex. So how would you say this in Spanish?
are often, huh?
Yes, some problems are often complex.
So this algunos problemas doesn't sound right. Algunos problemas are often, so algunos problemas a menudo son complejos is probably what you'd say.
Okay, so let's break it down. So could you repeat this sentence?
Algunos problemas.
What problems?
Algunos.
Oh, algunos. Okay, algunos. Like that. It's a
Is
little
that how you
faint.
spell it? Oh, I'm not sure. TBH.
Okay.
I think it's how you say it. Yeah,
Algunos problemas. Yeah.
a menudo. A menudo son.
A menudo son complejo. Complejo.
Yeah.
Just trying to look.
I guess that's why they add the A there, but
yeah. Let me just quickly grab.
menudo by itself just means often, but I guess the A is to connect it to an actual sentence.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Peace.
Oh man. Yeah. Man, that hurt. And my muscles are still aching from my physical activities I did on Sunday. Oh man. That's okay. Alright, so now we have a new word, algunos, which is some, and specifically for class 1 words, nouns, or masculine as people know them. Otherwise, if it was class 2 or feminine words, it would be algunas. Yes? You use algunas?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then problemas, to follow along with the pluralization, menudos, plurals, son complejo. And does complejo, does that have any like plural agreement, or is it just complejo?
No, it's just complejo.
Complejo. Okay. So let's get the camera back to focus. Let's see if I can. Let me see if I can add some artificial lighting in here. Alright. Hopefully that looks a little better. I know, okay, yeah. Uh-oh. My stream just went offline for whatever reason.
What?
Is it actually
I don't know.
offline, or it says my bitrate right now is, dead? I don't...
Oof.
Yeah, there's no data going through to my streams at the moment, but it's still live. I'm still technically live. Just video kind of went away. I think video and audio kind of just went away for whatever reason.
Let me check on my phone.
It's kind of weird.
Very weird. I don't know if it's my phone, but it's not loading.
Let's see. It should be back up. Yeah, it's back up. We should be okay now. For some seconds there, we have the video dropped, but the live stream is still going. So
you should recap it just in case it didn't capture any.
Let's see.
Just
Yeah, well, we'll go through the some problems are often complex. I'm pretty sure it dropped as I went to change my lighting in the room, so
oh,
I'm pretty sure that's when it dropped. But yeah, here we go. Algunos problemas a menudo son complejo. Some problems are often complex. And then we have de vez en cuando, sometimes. What kind of sentence can we make with sometimes? Can we reuse anything here? Let's throw in the word sometimes to the second sentence. This is my daily routine, and we'll say this is sometimes my daily routine.
That.
It's a little strange of a sentence, but I think that's kind of also what I'm going for. Strange things. Ooh, okay. Let me just rewrite this so it's a bit clearer. This is sometimes my daily routine.
This is sometimes maybe.
If someone would just say, "Esta es de vez en cuando mi diario or rutina diario," rutina diario, would that make sense to you?
No.
No?
Because no, de vez en cuando. It's more slang than anything.
Okay.
Like let's see, like to use the vez en cuando. Like when you're talking about not drinking so often.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, a veces salgo a tomar ahí de vez en cuando.
Alright, let's use your sentence there. So let's say that again.
Let's see. Yo salgo a tomar.
Yo salgo a tomar. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ahí de vez en cuando.
Ahí?
Or de vez en cuando.
How do you spell ahí? Like that?
I can't see that.
Yeah. A-I-E is what I'm trying. I don't really know how to spell IE.
Me either, TBH. But I think the actual like appropriate way to say it is without the IE, but I add that anyway.
What does the
Salgo a
IE
tomar
part?
de vez en
What's the
cuando.
IE part supposed to mean?
IE is supposed to be kind of like kind of like there, over there.
Oh.
But I think it's more of a slang term.
Okay. I actually think I know. Yeah, I see it. IE.
There we go. That's how you spell it.
Okay. So, yo salgo a tomar ahí de vez en cuando. Okay, so salgo, to go out. I go out. Tomar is to take.
It can also mean like to drink.
To drink? And is it like just drink anything? A glass of water or something?
It's usually referred to like beer.
Alright, so alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol.
Drink. And I use like from there in this context. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, from there.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I go out to drink from there sometimes.
Or
Oh.
de vez en cuando.
It's a little
Yeah.
faint. I'm gonna rewrite this with a little bit bolder. Make it a little bit darker. So people can see it a little bit better. So we have
Achoo.
go. Make sure the camera can see this when I write. Out. to drink. From there, sometimes.
You can also use like a veces as sometimes.
A veces? Okay, so let's put this in brackets. De vez en cuando. We can say aside from this, we also have veces.
But yeah, I think you'd normally use a veces, and de vez en cuando is more like slang.
Okay.
So I don't know how you would go about that.
That's fine. I think this is fine. Alright.
Mm.
Let's see. I do want to add a couple more words to like our vocab list, and these are words that we haven't gone through yet, and I definitely don't know what they mean, but I'm sure we'll figure this part out. Just give it a little border here, so we have a divide. It's a very faint divide, but I can see it perfectly fine on a piece of paper. So we'll start with more verbs, but I'll just list them all. Just things that we haven't actually gone through.
Do you have T-Mobile, by the way?
I do not.
Ooh. Big.
Isn't that a phone company, by the way?
Yeah.
I have a different provider.
Oh. But yeah, for anybody that's watching that has T-Mobile, don't forget to check your T-Mobile Tuesdays app. They're giving away a Tree Popeyes chicken sandwich today.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the point of the app is, but free stuff.
I see. Alright. Arriesgarse? Is that how you pronounce that?
Arriesgarse?
So what would this word mean? Arriesgarse. I know the se part makes this a reflexive verb.
Oh, excuse me.
Is this arris or arriesgarse?
Arrie.
Arriesgarse.
Arriesgarse, yeah.
Arriesgarse. What would this... And because it says se at the end of it, it's reflexive, I believe.
It's like to take the opportunity, kind of.
Okay. Take the opportunity to take the stupid rings. Can't spell like this.
Yeah, but for that, people usually just use aprovechar.
Aprovechar. Okay. Well, we'll have a different word as well. To take the opportunity. Arriesgarse, or how do you spell yours? Other word, the normal verb.
Aprovechar.
Aprovechar.
Yeah, A-P-R-O-V-E.
A-P-R-O-V-E-C-H. C-H what?
A-R.
A-R.
C-H-A-R.
Aprovechar.
Mm-hmm.
Aprovechar. To take the opportunity. Yeah. So we have two words here. Good evening, Gambler Bear. Welcome. Glad you can make it.
Good morning.
Alright. We have another verb. Emparejar. Emparejar. I think. Is it?
Didn't we go over this one?
Have we?
That sound. It sounds like it.
Emparejar? I don't. We definitely didn't go through this last week, so.
Oh. Oh wait, I was thinking of pareja. Yeah. Pareja.
Alright, Gambler Bear, no problem. Thanks for showing up.
Understandable. It's to kind of like get them together, so like to match
To match?
or matching, like
a get together.
no. It's like how would it be used in specific context? It's like to pair up.
To pair up?
But like, no. God damn it! What was it? So, just is it to match or just match? I think it's just match.
Match?
Yeah, like emparejar. It's so confusing.
To match. I think it makes sense. Like to pair up, maybe.
I think match is more accurate.
Match.
Yeah.
It's like match as in like you get two people together, or
Yeah. Because like pareja, that's like a pair, like
yeah, partners,
like
couples.
Yeah, partners. Yeah.
So this is like a pair.
But emparejar.
It's like match a pair of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Match pair.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I mostly use it for, I guess.
Yeah. Makes sense. Pretty good. Okay. The next two verbs we've used, we'll skip those. They're conectarse and difundir. We don't need to go over those because we've gone over them already. For nouns, let's see, have we gone over looking at our list? Yes, the first one's risk. El riesgo, we've done over that. Pareja, we just went over. La conexión, we have not. So let's go over the noun. La oops, not double line. Conexión. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce this word. La conexión. C-O-N-E-X-I-O-N. La conexión.
Connection.
So this just means connection?
But putting la is the connection.
Would this be like the connection to the internet or the connection
Yeah, the internet's more accurate.
Okay. Like how Gambler Bear's internet is laggy today. His connection to the internet is bad. Yeah, that kind of connection. Okay. Let's see. We haven't actually gone through this word. This one looks familiar to the verb, but it's not. La. Diffusion. La diffusion.
La what now? La difusión?
La diffusion.
La difusión. That's kind of. I don't think you'd ever use that unless you're in like a science class, dude.
So it means the
La
diffusion?
difusión. Yeah.
I don't know what diffusion in English actually. I think it's 1F? No, it's 2Fs. Okay. La conexión is bad.
Yeah, no.
Gallery, you can just say, is it just the internet, or like, how would you say internet?
Internet.
Internet, there you go. Just say, mi internet is it mal? For bad? No, that's
Mal bad.
bad. Malo? Es malo?
No.
No?
Malo would be referred to like a person.
Person. Okay.
So, what were you trying to say?
Like for example, you can say my internet is bad, or my internet connection is bad.
Okay. Well, if I just had it in my mind, it just slipped up. That's why you said la red. Okay. So, could you repeat it again? Sorry.
Yep, I'm gonna write it down so we have it here in the notes. My internet connection is bad.
Mi internet conexión
Mi
está mal.
So internet is just internet?
Yeah, basically.
Conexión es mal. So mal is bad, right? MAL?
Yeah.
Okay. I see now that my M is very horridly written. Let me fix that. Mal. Mi internet conexión es mal. So again, you can say that for your bad internet. Let's see. I think I might want to skip these adjectives. It's riesgoso or riesgosa. I'm guessing that means risky.
Also, I think using esta would be more accurate.
Esta?
Esta, instead of S, esta.
Okay. Esta. And that does not seem legible at all on stream, so let's fix that. Esta. A little bit better. Not too much, but a little bit better. Okay. So we do have some adjectives here, but if I were to gander a guess here, the word riesgoso / a. Well, we know riesgo is risk. So would riesgoso or riesgosa mean risky?
Oh, I'm sorry. The music PM threw me off. So what were you saying?
We know riesgo, el riesgo means risk. Would riesgoso or riesgosa mean risky?
Yes.
Okay. Kind of just trying to put two and two together here. Risky. Now, okay, this one. This one's I'm not sure what this one is. Emparejado. I know we just did emparejar, but
I think it's either past tense or future. I think it's past.
Emparejado or emparejada.
I think it's past. The past tense of the previous term.
Interesting. It's listed as an adjective, but
Really?
yeah, but it could be. Could be.
Maybe it has another meaning that I don't know.
Yeah, perhaps. Wait, what English word is this? Google Translate gave me such a weird word.
What happened?
A jugate.
Educate?
Not adjugate, a jugate. Jugate. A jugate consists of two portraits side by side to suggest to the viewer the closeness of each to the other. Often this would be a presidential and vice presidential candidates, although sometimes a state or local candidate is included with a presidential candidate.
Nani sweater, that's so off.
So this is if it's an adjective, it means jugate. Okay. I'm learning a lot.
I don't feel like that's right.
Jugates may be seen on medals, pinbacks, buttons, posters, or other campaign items. If a third figure appears on the item, it is called a trigate.
I think that's one of.
It's
I guess it's another meaning, maybe.
A definition of jugate is paired. So, it makes sense if you think of emparejar as to match or find a pair.
Well, yeah.
Jugate is kind of like to be paired.
I guess emparejado would work as jugate if you're talking about inanimate objects, I suppose.
It's just weird all around, huh?
Yeah, it's really strange.
I think I'm just gonna have this defined as paired. No fancy jargon for us. Fancy jargon is not necessary here, I think. I feel. Definitely feel it's better not to have fancy jargon. Alright, paired. Conectado / a. Connected?
Conectado?
Conectado.
Connected?
Conectado / conectada. This just means connected, right?
Yeah, basically.
And I'm skipping the last one because it's difundido, which is just for difundir, which we're not really going over here. I'd rather not. So the next set of words I want to go over, I think we're going to go over some. Let's see. There's a lot of activities in this book, oral activities. I'm going to skip over them. Let's go let's go over our present tense, reviewing verbs in the present tense. So let's go with, alright, so we have a table here, or I have a table here, where we have our forms yo, do, usted el ella nosotros slash nosotras, vosotros slash vosotras, and then we have ustedes, ellos, ellas. So those are our pronouns. We have the verb tomar. We have the verb comer. And we have the verb vivir. So now we're just going to translate this into present tense. Not translate. Yeah, translate. So for yo, we say yo tomo, right? Right?
Oh, wait, what?
We're just translating present tense.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, present tense. So we have yo tomo for tomar. Yo como for comer.
Mm-hmm.
And yo vivo for vivir. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. For tú, we have Tomas.
Mm-hmm.
Like the name Thomas.
Yeah.
Gomez. And then Vives.
Yes.
Okay. I hope print is okay here. I actually like it when I have my shadow underneath the thing. It makes the words look like come to life on camera. See it much more clear. And then we have usted el ella, and then we have toma, come, and vive. That's how you would conjugate the verbs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and then with nosotros, we have tomamos.
Yes.
Comemos.
Mm-hmm.
And following the trend, this is vivimos.
Yes.
The IRs finally take back their eyes. And then vosotros, we have tomes. Is it maize? Tomais? How would you pronounce that?
Wait, pardon? What?
Vosotros tomais? Tomes? I don't know how you pronounce this part.
Vosotros. That's a new term for me.
Oh, you haven't learned vosotros?
Vosotros.
Vosotros.
Bro. Oh.
It's definitely I remember this specifically is used in Spain. So I know it's not actually really used it's not really used in the States, nor I don't know if they use this in Mexico. I think this is a term used in I know it's used in Spain. I don't know if it's used anywhere else. I can't remember.
Let's see. So
because vosotros is basically, if you don't know it, it is the for the polite you plural. Because we have you singular in tú, but then you have also like you guys, but like as in just you referring to a group.
You guys.
It's not really you guys because it's like you guys you can say you guys, but this is more like when you say, hey you, but you're referring to a group, not a single person. I don't know if you've learned Vosotros.
No.
Okay.
We use kind of like to refer to a group like in front of you, ustedes.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that also is because the way we learned it is ustedes is for the polite, right? The
Yeah.
you're being
Mm-hmm.
polite, and then you have AOS and AS for a group, but that's referring to like ustedes, like AA and AOS is specifically for they. I mean, you say they when you're referring to a group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, vosotros is still saying you're still saying you, like specifically you, but it's like a you
Oh.
guys type of you. It's still in English when you still use the word you instead of they. Um, but you're referring to a group. You're referring to a more than one you when you say you. It's kind of
Mm.
weird, but the definition is there in English, and I've learned that vosotros fills in that role.
Oh.
So I'm not surprised that I have this in my textbook. After all, my textbook comes from the fact that it's a Canadian textbook. So Canada, we're a branch of the Europe. We're a branch of Europe, technically speaking.
Mm.
Except we have our independence. We have vis. So yeah, I guess this stuff, this line of vosotros is definitely not something you'll know.
Extremely used, if ever at all.
I don't think you'll see this, but yeah, vosotros is just another. It's just another pronoun to refer to you, but not singular you. Basically, as long as it's not singular you, it is. But still you, then it's vosotros or vosotras, depending on who you're referring to.
Oh.
I know it can be a little weird, and probably is, and it's probably not used too often, but that's kind of what vosotros or vosotras kind of fills in for the pronouns, and it's just something that we've learned. We have this in French as well, so uh,
Oh.
with in terms of pronouns, the set of pronouns we kind of have in English, Spanish, and French. At least when I was learning it, so that's why when I see this, I'm not fazed by it at all. So moving on from that, we have toman for the plurals, gomen, and iben.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So these are our present tense verbs. When you say these in a sentence, and you're not using the infinitive form of the verb, you must conjugate it based on who you're talking to or about. And this is how you do it. You can say I with yo, or you can omit the pronoun altogether in Spanish. That's something that you can do. And it's frequently omitted, right? The pronoun. If you're saying when you're speaking, you omit the pronoun, or do you guys still use it?
Yeah, we omit it sometimes.
Yeah. I know when speaking a lot of time in English too, we would omit, but the more I think about it, the more I feel in English sentences or in conversations, we kind of don't omit the pronoun. But half the time it's probably due to the fact that since we're trying to emphasize our sentences, we add in the pronoun. Alright, let's add in some irregular verbs. We have ir, and we'll just follow the same format for the pronouns here. So I'm not going to write them down a second time. We have estar, ser, and haber. We have 4 irregular verbs.
You just like said.
So for ir, Uh, Here we have I'll list. So we'll start, I guess, directly underneath it. So we have voy, vas, va, vamos, vais. Yeah, that's the vosotros one. And van. And I need to bring the page a little up. Gambler's like, I guess I need to look up some materials for this section. Definitely depending on where you are in the world, for sure. Because I completely forgot about the fact that vosotros is specifically in a part of is used specifically in a part of Europe and not so much in like it's not used in the States, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure about Puerto Rico though. That I'm not sure about. I don't remember if vosotros is used in Mexico either. I just know for certain it's used in Spain. I don't know about the rest of the world. I believe, as you said, vosotros is not used, and instead ustedes is used in its place. Not really in its place, but it's used. But you guys worked around that, so
Yeah.
Feels like it is some important fundamentals. Yeah, that's kind of why we're going over this, and that's why I love taking my time, and why my classes are generally really slow. If anyone takes like a university class level or like college class level, each week that I'm going through these notes, like the past 5 weeks is probably one class. So,
yeah,
I take things extremely slowly, but that's because I have this isn't an official classroom. This isn't some university classroom. This is just a stream. So we're not here to like, I don't know, pass some sort of like university level test or anything. We're just here to enjoy ourselves, really. All right, looks like I know this is nothing to the stream, but it looks like the collab isn't happening today. Miho is busy.
I suppose. I don't think Tsuki answered either. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Alright, so that I just noticed the notification there. Okay. So this is generally how you or not generally. This is how you conjugate ir, right? So yo voy, tú vas, usted, él, ella va, nosotros vamos, and ustedes, ellos, ellas van. Okay. Hey, Gambler, you did learn something. Wonderful, wonderful. If like, that's the thing. It's always. I love taking things slow, but that's because I learn the best when it's about this pace. But
yeah, same.
Yeah, like in a university class, it's really quick. And I get like 10% of the material, then I go home and be like, I don't know half the stuff, and I'm like, oh man, but I need to know it anyways. And then so I cram everything, so I know everything for the next class and for the quizzes and exams. And then once the year's done, I forget everything.
Pretty much.
But
university classes in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing stuff like this where I'm like, me internet connection is yes, yes. But that's kind of why I like doing what I'm doing right now, which is take my time doing things slowly. It's a little bit more ingrained in myself doing it this way. For both Spanish and my Japanese class, actually. So that's kind of fun. Alright, so with estar, we have estoy. And estar is, to be, right? It's the to be for how you're feeling, your emotions. I believe, if I remember correctly. Is it?
Wait. Let me see.
Like you say estoy bien, right? Yeah. That's like that's the one phrase I remember from my Spanish class. Estoy bien. And then like ser is the other form of to be, but it's for like other things.
Yes.
So for estar, we have estoy. For yo estoy, tú estás, usted, él, ella está, nosotros, nosotras estamos, vosotros, vosotras estáis, and ustedes, ellos, ellas están. Okay. And do correct me if my pronunciation is off. I would prefer to like be able to pronounce it properly if I'm pronouncing it wrong. So,
no, it's fine. It's just the accent.
Accent. Okay, yeah. That's gonna take a lot of practice, but yeah. So for ser, we have soy, yo soy su pasa, so I am. Another form of to be, but it's not for like how you're feeling. It's literally who you are type of deal. Eres, tú eres. Es. Somos. Sois. Son. The one thing about irregular verbs that always gives people headaches is like they always wonder why is it irregular, and as a linguist I can say for a fact that it's irregular because of how frequently it's used. How frequently these verbs are used is the reason why they're irregular. Kukushie, welcome. Something just fell. What just? I just heard something fall, but I'm gonna ignore that. Yeah, is this a collab? Is in a sense a collab. I have Hugh here being my teacher's assistant, essentially. And when I say teacher's, he acts more like a teacher's assistant. I have all the material, but I refer to Hugh for pronunciation purposes and context purposes, since he has a lot more experience with Spanish than I do. And a textbook can only get you so far.
Yeah, textbooks don't help me much.
So.
Hi, cuckoo.
Yeah. So, we're doing some our best with this kind of like duo thing here, and I mean honestly, it really helps out textbook and Google Translate. Yeah, that's how I kind of did it at first, because that's all the things I had on hand. But with Hugh here, it makes things a lot easier. And I'm actually using the other textbook, the Conexiones textbook, for communications purposes. So we can go through some stuff. I do have my Adelante textbook, which is more actual, like going over things, and it has its own large lists of vocab words and activities, like questionnaires, questions, and then they have a whole recap. So probably next week I'll go over the recap section of chapter 1, which we've kind of been going over so far with the connection books, actually. So a lot of the things we've gone over, we can go over the recap. Obviously it's not going to be a recap for people watching, it's going to be a recap for me and going over the material there. Should be good for next week. But for this week, I'm going to go finish over with these conjugations. We also have Let's see. What other verbs? We also have another 9 verbs, I think, roughly speaking.
Is there?
Roughly 9 verbs, yeah. But they're not like long ones. It's talk with verbs of just very slight irregularities, not all irregularities like these verbs here. And then for haber, we have I. That's it.
Yeah, I.
That's all haber has in the
Alright,
present tense.
Later, cuckoo.
Alright, thanks for dropping by, Cuckoo. See you later, buddy. Right, so... Alright, so I'm gonna grab some sentences from the textbook here, where it uses these verbs. First one, there is English as well, but let's try translating it, or let's have you help me with the translation here first before I write down the English that is in the textbook. So we have in our first sentence, voi... Oh my god, my lead. Please. This isn't like school setting where I can just like easily just brush away all the erasers, markings, or like my lead on the ground or anything, which sucks. I have to actually dispose of it in the trash can. Voi escribirle un mensaje a mi profesor. Alright. Voy a escribirle un mensaje a mi profesor. So, if you read this, what does this mean to you?
Voy a escribir un mensaje a mi profesor. I'm gonna write a message for my professor.
Okay, yeah. In the textbook it says, I am going to write a message to my professor, so pretty much the same thing.
Or to my professor.
So we have a couple things here that we haven't learned yet. Aside from the verb itself, escribir, we have escribirle, which is a whole thing, but we'll get to it eventually. Going to write. So escribir is the verb to write. And we already gone through mensaje, a message, and then profesor, professor. Message to my professor.
Oh.
Okay. This next one's a nice sentence too. Make sure I'm on video. No están seguros de su contraseña.
Des.
No están seguros de su contraseña. So what do you know the sentence as?
No están seguros de su contraseña. Wait, contraseñas or contraseña?
Contraseña.
So basically it's would it be no it's not. You guys aren't sure of your password.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a known vocab word here in contraseña, password. Your, su, de, sure is new here, seguros. And then we have the negation aren't with the no están. And we know it's you guys because of the way estar is conjugated here with the an, están.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we figure out this in English. You guys, we know it's you guys because of están, and then estar is to be is one of the two be verbs in Spanish. So we know it's are. You guys are, and then we know it's no, so it's no negation, so it's aren't, or you are not, and then the rest of the sentence.
Mm-hmm.
No están seguros de su contraseña. You guys aren't sure of your password.
Yep.
All right, so let's modernize this example from the textbook because it's using Facebook, but I'm gonna use Twitter. Eres aficionado a Twitter. How do you say Twitter in Spanish, by the way? Is it just Twitter?
Wait, what?
Is Twitter in Spanish just Twitter? You guys just say Twitter for Twitter?
Well, there's they say Twitter.
Twitter. Okay. And so it's spelled the same, right? It's just
Yeah,
the name.
it's spelled the same. It's just how they say it.
Yeah. Eres aficionado a Twitter.
Eres aficionado a Twitter. I have Panda if you still want to do the cola. But an hour earlier, though. I don't know if you want to do that.
I'm not sure actually. We could try to make it work.
Understand it.
Yeah, we could try. Sure.
Oh. I was gonna say you have like a box clicked on your OBS.
I should clicked away from it now, so you should be fine, I think.
Yeah.
So, eres aficionado a Twitter.
It's like, do you know about Twitter?
Do you know about Twitter? Okay. I have here,
Or are you familiar with Twitter?
Are you okay? Yeah, because I have it translated here in the textbook as "Are you a fan of?" So let's go with "Are you familiar with?" The one that you decided to use. Are you familiar with Twitter?
Yes.
Yeah. And then one more sentence here in the example. Also a question. Okay. Okay, it's on screen. Good. ¿Cuántos comentarios hay en tu muro? ¿Cuántos comentarios hay en tu muro? Gosh. So faint.
So. I mean, just to let you know ahead of time,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really communicate with people, much less with people on well, talking about social medias in Spanish.
I see.
But okay. So I believe it's how many comments are there on your wall?
Yeah. That's exactly what I had in the textbook too.
Mm.
How many comments are there on your wall?
Mm-hmm.
Which is very outdated of a phrase.
Yeah.
I don't think many people have a wall for comments anymore, and if they do, it's not really used in the same sense.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Let's move on for the other verbs that and I think I'll call it there for the stream after we go through these verbs. I think that's
understandable.
We went through several sentences, several vocabs. It's not as much vocabs as it was on last week's stream, but we went through a lot of sentences this time around. Alright, so we have our first verb being decir. Everyone's favorite tener. And then finally venir. So that's our first three. It says here in the textbook, a few verbs have an irregularity in the first person in addition to the stem change. So these are stem change verbs. I spelled decir wrong. Decir. And decir is in, this changes to I, this is IE, and this is also IE. And I'm pretty sure people understand once we see it. So there is an irregularity in the first person form. So going back, so everyone remembers, we have yo, tú, usted, él, and ella. And that's visible, yeah. Nosotros slash nosotros, vosotros slash vosotras, and then we have ustedes, ellos, ellas. Okay, so for decir, I have it here. You say yo digo. Yeah. Yo digo. Quickly though, what does decir mean in English, by the way?
Decir?
Decir. To say. We'll have it listed above it. To say. Decir. Tener is.
And then, hold on. I'm still waking up. And then it's to have.
To have. I believe you're correct. And venir.
It might sound weird, but it's to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
Viewers, get your mind in the gutter. We're learning a language here. Yeah, to come. So, yo digo, I say. We have tu dices, you say.
Yes.
He, she, you, formal, dice. Usted, él, ella, dice. We have decimos, which doesn't have a stem change. So that's important to note. There's no stem change here. It's still an E. It's still decimos, not dice or dices or digo. It's not decimos, it's decimos.
Decimos,
Decimos, not decimos. There's no stem change in nosotros form. Likewise with vosotros. Vosotros falls very closely with nosotros. So we have decis. This is vosotros' form. And then we have, for the plural, dicen. So there is a stem change here, dicen. And this is the conjugated forms of to say, decir. To have, tener, we have yo tengo, which is I have. And then we have, to say you have, you say tienes.
Yes.
We have tiene. Or tiene? Is it tiene?
Tiene.
Tiene, yep.
Tiene.
And then for, remember for nosotros, we do not conjugate, or we do not stem change, so it's tenemos. Tenemos?
Tenemos.
Tenemos. For vosotros is also no stem change. It's tenéis. And then for plural, tienen. Back to stem change. And then for venir, we have vengo. We have vienes. Not Venice, vienes. Viene. Venimos.
Sí.
And then we have, for vosotros, it's venís. I spelled that wrong, I think. No, I didn't. It's just venís with the accent of the I. And then vienen. Okay. So these are our conjugated forms for our stem change, for a few stem change verbs that are used relatively often, right? The verb to say, to have, to come. Those are pretty commonly used verbs in Spanish. They are in English, so.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, definitely not as common as irregular verbs because they're irregular for a very good reason. But they're still relatively common. And then we have a separate set of 6 verbs here that only have an irregularity in the first person singular. And otherwise they conjugate as you would with their respective verb ending. So ER verbs have their conjugations, IR verbs have their conjugations, AR verbs have their conjugations. We'll go through those verb conjugations in a different lesson, but here, just know of these specific ways of conjugating. We have the verb conocer, which conjugates to, in the yo form, these are all yo forms. Conozco. Yeah? Oh, I can't see that. Here, let me move my page up. Conozco.
Yeah, conozco.
Yeah. And then, probably my favorite word to learn in Spanish class, I think everyone's in my class's favorite word to learn in Spanish class was poner. This conjugates to pongo. Pongo.
Pongo.
Pongo. And literally because of the way you pronounce that is why everyone loved it.
I see.
And for English, so that people know what these verbs mean, we have conocer means to know. Yes? What's poner mean again? I actually don't have any translations here, so.
Poner,
to put?
To put? Yeah.
To put. Okay. Salir. This is an IR verb. This becomes salgo. And salir means to leave. Yep. Okay. We have hacer translates or conjugates to hago. And this means to do, right? Does hacer mean to do?
Yeah.
To do. Oh, okay. Saber. This one's a bit really irregular compared to everything else. This translates to, or conjugates to se. Is that pronounced that? Se?
Yeah. Se.
And sab.
To know.
Also means to know. It's to know. What was the. Trying to remember now. Conocer is to know. Yo conozco. Saber. Yo sé is what, to know someone personally or something like that. Whereas conozco is to know of something. Or they reverse the two. Conocer versus saber. Saber is used to express knowledge or ignorance of a fact or information about something. Conocer is used to state whether or not one is acquainted with a person, place, or object. There you go. So this to know.
Just take off the two and the other one.
What?
Just take off two and saber. No. And saber, you can keep the two and conocer.
Okay. So conocer is to know, whereas saber is
like if you say quiero conocer, I want to know. But if you say if you say saber, it's hold on, I'm tripping on myself right now. So if you wanna say like, yeah, I already know about this.
Okay, so it says here saber is facts, information, or how to do something. Conocer is people, places, or things.
Okay, there we go. There.
That would be how you use the difference, right? So, for example, if you know a person, a friend, or someone famous, you always have to use conocer. On the other hand, you know about something that someone did, such as a speech or invention, you have to use saber, since that is now a piece of information instead. Okay. So conocer is specifically people, places, things. Yeah, people, places, things. It's conocer. Also to know, but it's more of a facts, information, how to do something type deal. It's saber.
Indeed.
And then we have finally traer, which conjugates in the yo form to traigo. To bring. Yep. And these are the 6 relatively irregular, or these are the 6 verbs that are regular only in the yo form. Oh, there's a pretty good example in the text right here. Conozco a una persona que tiene miles de amigos en su red social. I know a person who has thousands of friends on her social network. I like how they actually use the word red here for network.
That.
This
Red.
This sounds ancient, dude. This actually sounds ancient.
Boomer language.
I'm gonna just use it here. Conozco, so I know. Una persona que tiene and do you pronounce this as miles? Miles? Is that how you pronounce that word?
Pardon.
Oh, wait. Don't see that. Miles. That one.
Tiene miles. What's the context?
Que tiene miles. Give me a second.
Post cucumbers. Oh, he's back.
Okay. So I actually have to wrap things up as quickly as possible here. Well, we're almost hitting the 2-hour mark anyways. So
Yeah.
class is almost complete. Let's see, Gambler Bear. Alright, then I'm heading off now. I'll rewatch the archive to see what I have missed. Thank you for showing up, Gambler Bear. Greatly appreciated. Right. Conozco a una persona que tiene miles de amigos.
Okay, there we go. There's the
In
complete sentence.
su red, and red is network, by the way. Social. So, conozco a una persona que tiene miles de amigos en su red social. Is that how you pronounce that?
Yes.
Okay. Very good, very good. And this is, I know, so conozco, a person, una persona, a person who has, que tiene, who has, thousands.
Oh my God, mashed potatoes. Papas, mamas. Yeah.
Senpai of crime, welcome to the end of lecture. Thousands.
Welcome.
Of
Yappy.
friends on her social network. And yes, even in English, no one says social networks anymore. Even in English, this is outdated.
The only people using it are boomers.
Perhaps. Like, even nowadays, I recognize that that kind of phrase is completely outdated. Alright, and the second sentence is sé que no todos son sus mejores amigos. I know my print there is very messy, I apologize.
Second Sé que todos son sus mejores
Amigos.
amigos.
Amigos. Yeah. Apologies for the ridiculously bad writing. I'm trying to speed things up as best as I can.
Yeah.
Amigos. Yeah. Sé que no todos son sus mejores amigos. In the English translation, it says here, I know that they're not all her best friends. Would that be about right?
Yes.
Okay. So I have the translation here is I know. So this is also an I know, but they're different contexts.
Yeah, yes.
I know that they're not all her best friends. And this is to showcase the difference between conocer, which is to know, and saber, which is also to know. They're two different to knows in Spanish. They refer to different contexts. So yeah. All right. And this is where I'm going to end the stream for today. Thank you so much, Hugh, for joining me again. And I hope to see you next week as well.
All right.
And we'll figure out the rest of the situation in a little bit then. For everything else. All right. In that case, thank you everyone for coming to today's lesson. We've hit our 2-hour mark again somehow, which is incredible. So goodbye.
Bye.